Happy Sunday, y'all. So I wanted to do something a little different today. This is not a business video. This is something that God put on my heart at church this morning, because I did make it to church this morning, even though I didn't feel like it. And this is what... No, Jenny. Sorry, y'all. This is what I gained out of what I heard. So I want to get super personal, if that's okay. And like I said to y'all before, I am an open book, so it's going to be real and raw. And I wanted to maybe even preach a little bit if I can. So I also wanted to dedicate this video and these words to a very special girl who I know has a major calling on her life and is going to do really amazing things once God's finished with her. I'm pretty sure she knows who she is. So anyway, I'm trying not to make you cry, Shannon. I'm just going to tell a little story. Some stuff you might not know about me. Okay, y'all. So the topic is that God doesn't make mistakes. Okay? At all. I could look at my life and say that it's not fair. You know, I've tried my best to be faithful to the best of my ability, except for those years that I was not, because I was ignoring the conviction in my heart. But that was all due to not having the right state of mind, whether it be from the drugs or from psychological abuse from bad people who had to make me feel less of a person in order to keep control, because that's the only defense they had, was to tell me that I was crazy, because I was pretty much smarter than most of them anyway. But between the abusive relationships and the drugs that were poisoning my body every day and my brain, combined with a mind that was already predisposed to having chemical imbalance and borderline disorders already, everything was intensified by my lifestyle. So you know, the ADD, the OCD, the bipolar, depression, anxiety, even the migraines, all of that was magnified by my circumstances. And that's been my real life. That's been my life, y'all. I have been institutionalized multiple times, whether it be from whether it had been my parents, the cops, or the courts that ordered it. It was hell going through that. Honest to God, detoxing in parish prison was, off of everything, was like the hardest 6 days of my entire life at this point, probably ever. But that's what gave me the strength that I have now. When you're in places like that, where you're literally stripped of your humanity, where nobody gives a lick about you, you have to work so hard and just stay laser focused, just to keep a stable mindset, and not lose it, and just to find the strength within yourself to get through it. So anyway, at this point, I could look at God and ask him, like, why did he allow all this to happen to me, all these horrific things to happen? Why did I have to make all the mistakes? Why did I have to learn everything the hard way? Why did I have to take all of these detours that costed me so much? And, you know, why did I have to fight so hard to survive? Much less not having the life that I desire and the blessings I feel I deserve. But that was my walk and my path and his story for me. And y'all, there's so many people that have it so much worse than I ever did. I am not naive, believe me, at all. So many people don't make it out. So many people, where I was basically the devil's playground, where people get trapped and they die there and they don't make it out. And I know that, but I did make it out. And while I was recovering from all of this stuff, y'all, God became so real to me. He spoke to me daily, like really so clearly, and I realized that I was in the midst of like major serious spiritual warfare, like serious. I can't really get into that because it's hard to even explain, but maybe some other time, some other way, I don't know. But anyway, so I soldiered up, and but I've been so busy fighting defense all this time, like just trying not to screw up and not to go backwards, so hard that I haven't even had the time or energy to make major important offensive moves in life. And that's been for years. But he's with me every day, and he fights for me every day, along with a league of angels, gangster angels that I know for sure are there, because if not, then I would have most definitely died in at least a car accident or an overdose, and that's just only what I know for sure. So I'm here for a reason, okay? This is my testimony. This is the reason I know I have a major calling on my life, and why it's so real and so important and powerful. And I might not be where I wish to be in life, but I made it out the pits of hell, and I'm so blessed. Blessed for my life, first of all, to be alive, and then so many other blessings, y'all. God gave me a creative and beautiful mind, and he gave me my sanity. That's a miracle. Well, ish, enough. Sanity enough, okay? And I'm so thankful every single day for what I have, because at some point I didn't have it. I was without it. Everything that I have now. So I'm so thankful. So every day I work on myself. I work on trying to become the person that I was meant to be. And in the meantime, I expect people to love me for me. You cannot, trying to change somebody is just, it's not gonna work. Trust me, I know it all too well. And even my ex-fiance knows it. He knows that I am a rare and special breed, and it might not line up with what he wants or what he wanted or whatever, but it is what it is. And I am who I am, and I have my flaws, yes, but I work on them every day, and I see them and I realize them, and I address them. So, bottom line, God doesn't make mistakes. All of this life has been for a reason. There is a plan in motion. Just know this, y'all. There's a plan in motion so much bigger than you, and so much bigger than any of us could imagine. And that simple truth is what I put my faith in. That's what I trust in every day to get me through each day. That's it. So just know that everything happens how it's meant to happen. Try not to screw up too bad in the meantime, but if you do, just know that it's still going to be all right regardless. You're going to find your way back to where you're meant to be, even if you take the scenic route like I did. The very scenic route. So, just keep that faith, y'all. I just wanted to share that with you because God put it on my heart, and when I heard the message, it's just my whole story came rushing back to me, and when God puts something on my heart, I pretty much have to share it. So that's why, that's what you get this morning, or not this morning. I don't know what time it is, but it's not morning anymore. But thank y'all all for loving me, for me, and thank y'all for listening to me share what was on my heart. And I love you all. So God bless you. Happy Sunday. Talk to y'all again soon.